So I just figured I want to make a video. I've made a lot of funny talking shit videos. I've made a lot of videos teaching people how to do things. But recently we've run into a short stretch of just some awful customers, or some misunderstandings, I guess is what you can call it. Customer one, the tech used weatherproof heat shrink butt connectors on the cam sensor harness, which is a no-no. They need to be soldered, which it causes a lack of power. And then the customer also had an exhaust leak, which he was told that it needed to come back and have the cam sensor fixed and the exhaust leak fixed at the same time. And he said, well, don't worry about the exhaust. I have a friend that owns an exhaust shop. They'll fix it. They'll take care of it, they said, which I'm sure they didn't. And the customer hit me up a few days later. I don't really remember what he said. And I said, hey, don't worry about it. We got you. Bring it to the shop. Drop it off. We'll yank the motor out. We'll go through everything, make sure everything's 100%, put the motor back in, and make sure everything's exactly where it should be, based on what we told you was going to happen, because that's how we do it. We will make everything exactly how we said that they will be. Customer's like, cool. Didn't drop it off. A week later, messaged me, hey, you at the shop? No, I'm actually at a wedding out of state. Okay, I'm like, just drop it off. Didn't drop it off. Messaged me a week later. I was dropping my kids off in Arizona. Hey, you at the shop? No, I'm out of state dropping my kids off. Just drop it off at the shop so my guys can start on it. We can get it taken care of. Never dropped it off. Then they ended up taking it to a different shop. Then the shop made a post on Facebook and tried calling us out for it, saying that we didn't do any of the work we said we were going to do, blah, 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 blah. Whatever. That's customer one, which still, we'd be okay if he brought it back. We'll take care of it, because that's how it works. If you're not happy with the service that a business rendered, the step one is to bring it back to the business that you had the service done, and let them make it right in your eyes. And once it's right in their eyes, everyone can leave happy. Now, if the business refuses to make it right, it's a different story. We will never refuse to make a situation right where it just doesn't make sense. So again, if he sees this or anyone else sees it that's making up all these rumors and lies about it, bring it back to the shop, like we said, and we'll take care of it, and you don't have to pay a dime. Okay, customer two. Now, granted, a little bit this at the beginning is my fault. We're doing an LS swap. Took forever to get it into the shop. Just kept having issues with other jobs, kept putting his stuff on the back burner, putting it on the back burner. Finally, we get it in the shop. It's in the shop for a week or two. Then we yank the motor and tranny out of it, and we start inspecting the harness, start writing down where we're going to put things, this, and that. Customer's like, hey, I think I'm going to go a different way. I'm going to come grab my truck. I was like, all right, cool. We pulled the motor and stuff. He stops by the shop. He's super friendly. He's like, oh, wow, I didn't know you guys had the motor out, whatever, He's like, is there anything I can do? I said, well, how about you take the price of the gauge out of the total bill and get us the gauge cluster so we can start wiring the gauge cluster in. I said, there's a specific motor and tranny at a yard that I've been looking at, that I've been trying to get. And that was kind of the holdup for a little bit. A 6L 4L80E 2-wheel drive out of a HD truck. Perfect. He wanted a 5.3 swap. We were getting him a 6.0. Same price. Same exact price. We're getting him a 6.0. So I go down to where I buy my motors. I pay to have the motor removed. I start a day job to help bring in more money, so that way we can afford a bigger building, because we're expanding. We need the bigger building. He starts blowing up my phone, and I think he got upset because I didn't answer the phone. And I'm bad at getting to the phone. I'm a busy person. And out of nowhere, he's like, hey, I'm gonna come get my truck. All right, I guess, come get it. Picks up his truck, and he's like, okay, what about the money that I put down? And I said, I got to figure it out. I said, I have some parts here. We did some work to it, and we got a motor and tranny on the way, so I need to figure it out. And I even said, like, I'm $2,600 into this motor and tranny, plus I had to pay a technician to take the motor and tranny out, plus I had some motor mounts, plus we have some time into looking through the wiring, because the wiring's an absolute mess, because he chopped up the factory wiring before it came to us. And I was like, hey, I gotta sit down and I need to figure out what's right. Next day he's blowing up my phone. I'm like, bro, like, well, I don't understand. Like, I'm trying to figure out what the right thing to do is here. And in my mind, the right thing to do is, here's your motor and tranny, that's it. Like, because the other half of the bill that you're going to pay on picking up, it was strictly going to be for labor. So here's your parts, and we'll call it even. And he's like, well, I already filed a lawsuit. All right, cool. See you in court then. And that's what it was. And, at some point he took it to Facebook, blew it out of proportion. Those are the only two customers that have left unhappy from our shop. Someone was trying to say there's 5 people. Someone was trying to say there's 8 people. None of those people exist. It's just people trying to feed the fire. So, at the end of the day, it is what it is. It just sucks that you get these customers that just can't seem to be able to be on the same page as you, and they want to try and wreck your name or burn your business to the ground because they're not happy. And someone said something to me when I moved here. They're like, hey, just be careful, because people here, they're not good to deal with. There's a lot of people here that are going to try and get everything they can from you, and when they don't like something, they're going to try and get it for free, and this and that. And the LS swap truck guy, the last time we talked to him in person, he's like, so what are we thinking, mid-September? Yeah, mid-September is doable. He picked up his truck in August, literally a week and a half after we pulled the motor out. I don't know how many of you have done LS swaps, but LS swaps don't pay the shop bill. So, you work on them as time goes by. A part goes in, you work on it. Part comes in, you work on it. Next part comes in, you work on it. It's not a put it together in a weekend. It's unless you want to buy all the parts up front, or pay the whole bill up front so we can buy all the parts, and then we can do your truck in a weekend. I mean, it is what it is, I guess. I'd imagine that none of the people that are talking shit locally or that are involved are ever going to see this video, but it's out there so people know. Actually, you know what, there's one other person. There's a person that I tuned his car, okay, in Wisconsin, and I lost money tuning his car. It was just to help him out. He was complaining, I can't get anybody to do it, I can't get anybody to do it, I can't get anybody to do it. So I tune it with the exact same tune that was on my car. I drive like a dick. I drive like a dick all the time, and never had an issue with my Hellcat, never once. This kid popped 7 pistons. 7. He popped 7 pistons. But I should have known when I saw him drive. This kid, every time he would drive or do something, he was full throttle, full throttle, full throttle, full throttle, full throttle, full throttle, full throttle everywhere. Every single place he went, he was full throttle. And he popped his shit, And the thing is people want to blame the tuner. Well, what about the injectors? What about your fuel? I tune my personal stuff as if I had the best quality fuel, because I don't want to wreck my shit. So, after that point, any Hellcat I do a safe tune on it, because, the guy's going to drive like a fucking dickhead and blow his motor up, and then you're going to try to blame you for it. So, at the end of the day, like, that's not something that's a problem. So anyway, fast forward. I take that motor out, I'll fix it. So I bring the motor down to Texas, put it in the machine shop. It's at the machine shop. I order pistons and everything for it. They're also at the machine shop. And every step of the way, I'm waiting on stuff to come in, and this kid's blowing up my phone. Hey, is my stuff ready? Hey, is my stuff ready? Hey, is my stuff ready? You know, and I'm trying to get everything ready to go and taken care of. And the place I bought the pistons from, they didn't ship them until a month after I purchased them. And then, I got to go down to the machine shop and give them a Hemi cam so they can line bore it, make sure everything's good to go. And guy gives me a call, hey, the pistons are in, you want to come stop by? Okay, busy person. 2 days later, the customer messages me and says, hey, if my motor ain't done by this date, I'm suing you. All right then, fuck you then. Be like, I'm literally doing shit for free because you're an idiot and wrecked your motor, and I'm trying to help because I know that you're an idiot and I know that you're gonna wreck my name trying to get something for free again because you drive like an idiot and put shitty gas in your car. Fuck you then. That's at the end of the day, I'm not gonna give away what little money we do make just so that some rich little fuck can be happy with it. And as for him, I hope he sees this video. I really do. Maybe he'll try to use it in court against me. But again, at the end of the day, you come to an understanding when you get your stuff tuned, especially when you make it for more power, because he's like, I want as much power as I can. I want as much power as I can. You got as much power as you can, you put shitty fuel in it, you blew your motor up. So there's not really much more to say than that. Anybody wants any more iteration on the stuff that I'm talking about, just feel free to message me, let me know, whatever, and I'll help get things figured out, because I'll tell you the info. We keep screenshots of everything because people are shady, and it sucks to say that. I tuned this dude's Hellcat for $300. It costs $300 in credits to tune a Hellcat. I did it out of the kindness of my heart, and I don't know what the bill is at the shop. I gotta go down to the machine shop and look, but I guarantee the bill there is very high on that motor. So I'm gonna be a couple grand into getting this motor back to this kid, and he's threatening to sue me. So no good deed goes unpunished.